Dear colleagues, my name is Pierre Aumont, and I will present you a work that we did in the framework of the SENS project. The title is Multidimensional Analysis to Monitor the Effect of the COVID-19 Lockdown on the Urban Environment of the city of Lorient in France. So first, the introduction. The SENS project aims at proposing a new methodology for the production of more realistic noise map based on an assimilation of simulated and measured data through a very dense network of local sensors. As you can see on this figure, beyond the production of physical indicators, the idea was also to characterize sound environment with some perceptual assessment and some questionnaire was sounded to the 2,000 inhabitants that lived in this area. The project was between 2017 and the end of 2021. It will finish in some months. And what happened during this period is, of course, the lockdown due to the COVID-19. This is a picture of the city of Lorient in April 2020. And we decided to take the opportunity to send a second questionnaire to assess how the inhabitants of the area assess the change finally of the sound environment. Also, it's important to know that the sensor was already activated before the lockdown, and in this way we have also access to some physical indicators before and during the lockdown. So in this first part I will speak about the three methods that we used to characterize the sound environment and how we succeed to compare the method between them. So three different methods, one questionnaire, a classic acoustical approach, maybe I will say, that is to measure the sound levels of the area, and the last one that is to use sound source recognition tool to have some insight about the sound sources present in the area and the change of these sound sources, the presence of the sound sources before and after the lockdown. So during the second week of January 2019, a questionnaire was sent to approximately 2,000 households in a 1 kilometer square wide study area in the city. The residents were allowed to return a paper version of the questionnaire or to complete it through a web platform. And the questionnaire was designed to take about 20-25 minutes to complete. And it was composed of 5 sections that I will detail 2 sections in this presentation. The same questionnaire was sent to the participants that answered to the first questionnaire during the lockdown period in 2020 from early April to mid of May. And it was identical, especially for the 2 sections that I will present you now. 320 people completed the first questionnaire, and about 50 of these participants also completed the second one, but we only have 31 complete questionnaires that were complete before and during the lockdown. So in this image, you can see first part of the questionnaire. The people asked to answer in a 7th scale, semantic scale, between unpleasant and pleasant, inert, eventful, noisy, silent. Some words that you know if you are used to the ISO protocol of the soundscape. The participant also had to answer to the time present and the sound level to some sound sources between 1 and 10, and from, for example, not present at all and present all the time, or not, totally silent and very loud. For road traffic, two-wheel motor vehicle, rail traffic, air traffic, sirens, urban maintenance, and so on. So in this study area, you also have a network of sensors. The complete network plane is 123 sensors, noise sensors, with 70 sensors currently connected to the cloud through an hybrid communication based on wireless and public street lamp network equipped with power line communication systems. You can find more information about these sensors on the following publication. In April 2020, about 70 sensors were installed in the study area, but among these sensors, we strategically select 15 of them that reliably transmitted data over the study periods, the 2 study periods, before and during the lockdown, and that were well spatially distributed, that match the area where the people answered to the questionnaire. To facilitate the processing of the data, we took only the first 10 minutes of each hour to analyze, under the assumption that these 10 minutes are representative to the entire homogeneous corresponding period. In addition to the analysis of subjective assessment, perceptual assessment, and acoustic indicators, we investigated the variation in the context of sound environment through automatic sound source recognition. Specifically, a deep neural network has been designed to identify cars, motorcycle, voice, small birds, truck, seagulls, and background noise activity. You can find a lot of information about this approach in the following paper that was proposed in the thesis, PhD thesis of Félix Gontier. What is important for our study now is this sound recognition model was tested with some perceptual assessment, the same that we have in the questionnaire. And in laboratory condition, we can see a strong correlation between the estimated time presence of traffic, voices, and birds, and the sound recognition estimator. So now we have the questionnaire, 30 completed questionnaire that was before and during the lockdown, and we have 15 sensors that you can see here in the area. And we need to match first temporally this questionnaire, these sensors. The questionnaire was sent in 2019, and the sensors did the measurement 2020, but during the same month, we took the same period, the same month, assuming that the sound environment didn't change a lot during these 2 years in the same period and in the same area. And for the lockdown period, it's more easy because the measurements, the questionnaire was sent in the same time. So first, this is a temporal match. Now I will call the M1 or P1 period before the lockdown, and the P2 period or M2 period after, during the lockdown. And we had also to do a spatial match, and we use a Kriging method to interpolate the questionnaire between them and to match the information between the questionnaire and the measurements. The median distance between questionnaire and closest measurement was 150 meters, which is not a lot. It's acceptable, but it's quite important. It's why also when I will show the cross analysis after, it is a weak point of this cross analysis. So now we have on one side the perceptual assessment, on the other side the sensors, and on the sensors we have information about the sound level and the sensors recognition. And I showed you how we can match spatially and temporally the perceptual assessment and the data collected through the sensors. So what about the results? First, we'll focus on the result with the questionnaire. What we observed is important augmentation of the perceived time presence of birds in the sound environment, but also important increase in the pleasantness, the fact that the sound environment is exciting, calm, silent, and inadequacy with the activity of the people in the place, and an important decrease of the time presence of traffic, excited voices, the two-wheelers, and also the character eventful of the sound environment. So this is quite expected, but it's interesting to see this result directly from a questionnaire from inhabitants of an area. The second one is about the sound level. I extracted only 2 sound stations. One was inside a park, and the second one was near a boulevard. And we can see that we had an important decrease of the sound level between the period pre-lockdown and during the lockdown. The decrease was much more important near boulevards than inside the park. And the median decrease over all the sensors of the area was about 7.4 dBA, which is quite similar to what we can observe in the literature. Maybe what is newest for us was to add the sound recognition tool in our analysis for the sound sources as birds, car, voice, seagulls, motorbike, and background noise, and have the access to the median presence time of these indicators. For here, a boulevard and a park. The boulevard is 640 and the park 720. If we focus about the birds, first we can see a huge increase in the time presence of the bird. It's a sound signal. Of course, we don't have to forget that the lockdown occurred in the spring period in France, and the pre-lockdown period is during winter. This is also why we can observe this important variation. We can see a strong decrease of the time presence of car as expected, and maybe something less expected is about the voices. When we look at the voices in the park, we can see that during the pre-lockdown period in pink or orange, we can see 3 peaks in the afternoon on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is a free day for French people, Saturday and Sunday for everyone, and Wednesday for children. But if you look about the lockdown period, we can see a really important peak in Saturday and Sunday, but also every day of the week during the afternoon. And in France, it was possible to go to work 1 hour a day, and this period was really sunny days. So we can expect it that the people went to walk near this park every day during this period. If we look spatially about the distribution of the variation of the sound environment, we can see a very huge increase of the time presence of bird over the whole area, a strong decrease of the presence of cars over the whole area. And for the voices, it's interesting because you have an increase of the time presence of the voices during the lockdown compared to the pre-lockdown period. But if you look here, the strongest increase is here, and it's a really famous walk for the people of Lorient, that they go to walk to the Scorff. This is this river. And you have a strong decrease in the hypercenter, in the downtown area, where you have all the what is the commercial area, and so on, the bars and so on. So just firstly, this is a cross analysis that we can do thanks to the spatial and temporal matching between the perceptual assessment that you can see on the first column, the recognized time of presence thanks to the source recognition tool, and some physical indicators that we know that are really correlated with silence and also the presence of traffic. And we can see some correlation during the pre-COVID, during the pre-lockdown, during the lockdown, and including all questionnaires and sensors match that we can do. Some interesting information, for example, you can find some correlation in the pre-lockdown period between the voices estimated with the sound recognition tool and perceptual assessment, which is more difficult during the lockdown because I think that you have much less variation of this spatial variation of the voices during the lockdown period. And I will not show you everything. You can put pause on this picture, but you can find some really interesting and significant correlation between the variables. So to conclude, we have a coherence with the literature about the effects that we saw of the lockdown. We have an interesting temporal monitoring information using sound recognition model and method. We have a complementarity. I showed the complementarity between 3 monitoring modes. And I really think that analyzing the incoherencies between these three modes could lead to interesting research, for example, to see the importance of the bias in the perceptual assessments, the improvement of sound recognition model, and the development of new acoustic indicators related to perceptual assessment. So thank you very much. I hope you could find more detailed information in the next paper that we submitted last month. And the title will be Multidimensional Analysis of the Noise Impact of COVID-19 Lockdown. Thank you very much.